What's up, YouTube? It's Cholulas Comics, and I'm here bringing you Jeff Johnson's 200 subscriber video contest entry. Jeff, good looking out, bro, for putting this contest together. Congratulations. Jeff, you like some cover swipes? Bro, I love me some cover swipes. I love cover swipes so much. I got shirts with cover swipes. If you don't recognize this shirt, this is it's the Golden Girls, but they're cover swiping basically the Gorillas, the original, their very first album. So instead of saying Gorillas right here, it says Girls, and on the bottom right here, instead of saying Demon Days, it says Golden Days. Man, if I can get it to frame up, there we go. It says Golden Days, and it's got all the Golden Girls on it. And I'm a big ass Golden Girls fan, so that's why I got this shirt. And I'm a fan of cover swipe, so that's why I got this shirt. Next, I want to show off a couple of Spawn covers. This is actually McFarlane after McFarlane. This is Spawn number 230 and Batman number 423. He likes to do that a lot, where he cover swipes his own stuff, and I like when he does it a lot because I like when he cover swipes his own stuff. So, a couple of great books to have in my collection. Wish I had Walking Dead number 1. I don't. I got the Image first though, and I got Spawn 23? Yeah, 223. And it even says, the title even says Spawn of the Dead, and this is Walking Dead. So that's a cool one to have right there in my collection. Next, I want to show you guys Marvel Zombies number 4 and Spectacular Spider-Man number 200. All right. Next, I wish I had me this copy of the Avengers. I don't got it like that. I don't got enough money to be collecting an OG copy, but I got my True Believers, and I got the cover swipe Marvel Zombies number 2. Alright. Let's keep it moving, keep it moving. Next, let's get into some Hulk. Because Hulk is like my, you know what, actually Hulk, let's do some Spider-Man. That's what I want to start off with next. I want to do some Spider-Man. You guys all know Spider-Man made his first appearance in Amazing Fantasy number 15, which obviously I don't have, but I love getting these True Believers because, you know, it's cool to be able to read the original story and stuff like that. So next, one of the cover swipes for that one is also going to be Spawn. This is number 299, and it's kind of funny that instead of saying Amazing Fantasy, it just says Spawn is amazing. And yeah, Spawn is dope. And that's a really true to life cover swipe right there. That one's really cool. Also have Amazing Spider-Man number 365, and it's a hologram cover. You can kind of see it's the same similar outline to the original Amazing Fantasy number 15. I have the Amazing Spider-Man number 252, which is you know what, this one's more like an homage, because it's you know, Spidey's in the same position. He has one, but he actually has two people that he's saving here. I think the other one was a crook in the original, but you know, he has two here. And the last book for this series is going to be Marvel Zombies number 1. And that one's a very true to life cover swipe right there. Alright. Next, I got a set of 2 books. Marvel Secret Wars number 8 and Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 1. And this one is basically Mike Zeck after Mike Zeck, cover swiping the original with Miles Morales. Love that set right there. I got them both signed by Mike Zeck. Alright. So there we go. Let me put this stuff away as I go along. And next, let's keep it rolling with some Spidey covers. Let's look at some more Spidey swipes. So next, I got the True Believers copy of McFarlane's run on Spider-Man number 1. This one is not such a crazy high-priced book, so I was able to get the original Spider-Man number 1. Didn't have to settle for the True Believers copy on that one, but I still picked it up just to have it. I mean, it's a buck. Can't go wrong. Here's the gold edition, where it's all black and gold. I think this one's my favorite out of all of them. I was lucky enough to also pick up the silver edition. So I got this bad boy in my collection. Then Spawn 231. McFarlane loves to cover swipe himself, so he did it again. And finally, Marvel Zombies #1, one of the variants, done by Arthur Saddam. All of the Marvel Zombies are done by Arthur Saddam. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time showing those because I've shown those tons of times in a lot of my videos. But if we're talking cover swipes, we have to talk about them, right? So we did the Amazing Fantasy. Next, I'll show really quickly my copy, my original. This is Amazing Spider-Man #50. And here's the cover swipe. Marvel Zombies, I don't even remember what number this is. Marvel Zombies #1, another one of the #1 variants. And as you can see, it's just the zombie variant. So that's the cover swipe for that one. Alright, next, let's go with Amazing Spider-Man Giant Size Annual number 21, the Wedding Edition. So this one, we got the heroes on one side, the villains on the other, and Spider-Man is dressed up as Spider-Man, Mary Jane. The next one is the wedding issue, just featuring their normal guests. So this was just a variant that came out at the time. Here's Renew Your Vows #1. And Renew Your Vows, the Scotty Young variant. And finally, Marvel Zombies #5, with all the guests there and zombified. Alright. Let's see. And so I'll show that. And this will be my last set of Spidey books before we move on to some Hulk. Next, one of my pride and joys, Spider-Man #300. McFarlane, of course. Beautiful book. Really good condition, too. Spawn #227. Again, McFarlane after McFarlane. He loves to do that. Next, Amazing Spider-Man #700 with Doc Ock. This is Humberto Ramos who did this one. Spider-Man 301. Because, you know, it's the same pose. It's the same. He's doing the same thing. And this is Venom #6. Alright, so I think that pretty much finishes up all the Spidey books. Let's jump into some Hulk. And we will start with, let's start at the beginning. Let's start with Hulk #1. I wish I had a Hulk #1. I don't even have a True Believers copy of that, but I have Totally Awesome Hulk #1, which cover swipes Hulk #1. This is kind of like a reverse of that. This is Hulk #1. And see here, it's more like the Hulk is turning into Banner instead of Banner turning into the Hulk. Here's #425, Incredible Hulk. And there in the hologram, if I can get that in there right, you can see Banner in his lab coat, in his suit and tie, and he's slowly kind of turning into the Hulk there. Here's what if Rick Jones had become the Hulk, but we still got that same, you know, where the human being is turning up, getting big, and into becoming the big Hulk. Here's Hulk #1, the Scotty Young variant. I'm going to show She-Hulk. This is not a true representation, but, you know, it's the same idea where it's, you know, the human form and the Hulk form is right behind them, and they've kind of grown into the beast. So I wanted to show that one. And finally, my Marvel Zombies #1, another variant of Marvel Zombies #1, Arthur Saddam. And this is, you know, what I like about his cover swipes is all of his are very true to the original art. You know, he takes very few liberties other than, you know, making it darker and drearier and zombified, but he really tries to stay true to the original art. So that's what I really like about his stuff. All right. Next, I got King Size Hulk Special #1, and this is a very iconic cover. I love this cover. It took me a long time to find this book in a price range that I could afford, but I finally got it, so I'm pumped to have it. Yeah, and it is Steranko. That's what I was thinking. It's Jim Steranko art. McFarlane came around, Spawn #229, and he did the same thing. Here's a She-Hulk, and this is Mike Diodato. She's trying, instead of carrying the Hulk sign on her back, she's trying to stop it from falling, from collapsing the rubble. Next, we have the Incredible Hercules instead of the Incredible Hulk. And finally, the newest one is a Totally Awesome Hulk #23. And that's probably the truest to the original artwork. This one right here. All right, next. Ooh, there's another one of my favorites. We're going to start off with Incredible Hulk #340. Iconic cover. Everybody loves this. Everybody knows it. You got Wolverine growling. He's flashing the claws. He's flashing the steel. And in the steel and the reflection, you see his enemy coming. You see the Hulk. And this is, of course, McFarlane. So, McFarlane had to go in and do it again and swipe his own stuff. So in Spawn #226, he went ahead and did that. And you can see Spawn creeping up there in the knives. Next, this one is actually Wolverine #155. And it's a swipe in that the idea is there. We see the knife. We see Wolverine creeping up on Deadpool. And this is Rob Liefeld. Then we have Infinity Part 3 variant. This is the Lego variant. And very similar to the original. It's just Hulk creeping up on, or coming up on Wolverine. You see the reflection in the claws. They're just Lego. Next, Weapon X #7. And I believe this is Weapon H flashing his claws. And in his claws, instead of seeing one enemy, you see 3. You see Domino, Old Man Logan, and Sabretooth trying to get the jump on him. And finally, my favorite of all of them, this is going to be Marvel Zombies #3, work by Arthur Saddam, just zombified. And again, this is the one that stays truest to the original art. So this one's gotta be my favorite of the ones that I just showed. And I think that does it for my Hulk. Actually, you know what? I do have one more set of Hulk books, but I'm saving those for the very last. Next, I have X Factor. X Factor #6, the first full appearance of Apocalypse. This is going to be Extraordinary X-Men #8. And it's a really similar cover swipe. Next, we have Uncanny X-Men #6. And there in the middle, instead of Apocalypse, it's Archangel. Back as one of the 4 Horsemen. Then finally, we have All New X-Men #9. And instead of Apocalypse, it's actually Genesis. But all of these are pretty true to the original artwork, even the coloring. All right, next I have What If. These are all going to be after Giant Size X-Men #1, which I wish I had. I do not. But this is What If the All New X-Men had never existed. And what it is actually the reverse. So in the Giant Size X-Men #1, we get all the new characters breaking through the page and coming at you. And this one, they're in the background, and the old characters, the classic X-Men, are in the foreground. So, what if X-Men? What if the all-new X-Men had never occurred or never happened? Next, I have X-Men #46, introducing the baby X-Men. And again, they're just doing the cover swipe of Giant Size X-Men #1. Next, and finally, for this run, I have X-Men #70. So that'll do it for these X-Men here. Next, just a couple of quickies. I have X-Men 268 and Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness. I believe it's number 2. Yep, number 2. Originally Jim Lee, Arthur Sudam after Jim Lee. Got another Lego variant here. So X-Men number 1 and X-Men, all new X-Men number 17. And this is just the Lego variant of the original. Alright, we're starting to wind down. Got the last 3 piles after this. So everybody knows what this is. This would be Action Comics number 1 if I had the original right. But this is actually Supergirl. This is number 685. This is part of the Funeral for a Friend right after they lost Soups. And it's just a cover swipe of Action Comics number 1. Then I have Spawn. So it's McFarlane after them. And finally, Spider-Man. Alright, now we're getting to the last ones. And I'm telling you, bro, I like cover swipes so much that I'll be getting cover swipes wardrobe. So this is a cover swipe of, as you can tell, Incredible Hulk number 181. It's a Rick and Morty shirt. It's Pickle Rick versus the Jaguar and facing off against Dr. Wong. So, I don't have my original copy of Hulk 181. I'm happy to say, actually, I got it at the presser right now. This is just a copy of my Hulk 181. I went ahead and made a copy of it because I'm paranoid and I want to make sure that I get the same copy back from the presser that I turned into him. But this is a copy of my copy of Hulk 181. Hopefully I'll get that back soon. I'll be sending that to CGC as soon as I get that bad boy back. But then I got my True Believers copy. And I got 3 copies of Hulk number 1. And this is the Comic Mint variant. And I believe it was, who did this? I think it's Bob McLeod that did this. He didn't sign the front or anything, but I'm pretty sure this is Bob McLeod. It's a really cool book. When this one came out, I had to get it. I had to get 3 copies, obviously. I was pumped off this one. And I even got 1 copy of the black and white. It's black and white except for Deadpool's colored in. Alright. Next, Old Man Logan number 2. Cover swiping that Hulk 181. Old Man Logan number 25, cover swiping that 181. And I love this one because it's Old Man Logan versus the Maestro. So you got the 2 senior citizens facing off against each other. And this was actually a really great read. Didn't read this copy of it, obviously, but the storyline was really good. Next, I got She-Hulk number 16. And this one's pretty cool. They took a little bit of liberties, like switched the people up, but you still got the basics. You got a Wolverine, you got a Hulk, and you got the Wendigo. So there's that one. Oh, you know what? I got another copy of Old Man Logan number 25, and this one is the original cover. And finally, Wolverine versus Hulk. Alright, so that'll do it for my 181 cover swipes. So these are my top 3. That was my number 3 cover swipe pile. Here is my number 2 cover swipe pile. And that's going to be after Uncanny X-Men number 141. And I even got a shirt to match with it. This is my Steven Universe, the Gem shirt. I like this shirt, man. I really like this shirt a lot. And again, like you guys know already, this is Uncanny X-Men number 141. Days of Future Past, the very first book in the series. It's only a 2-shot series, but still it's the first one that kicks it off. Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness number 1 of a 5-shot series. And this one's actually really cool because he went really in detail with the background and the poster, of who's slain and who's not. And he's like, some of them say things like rump roast, lunch, filet, because he's going for the whole zombie thing. Obviously, they're being eaten, appetizer, stuff like that. So Arthur did a really great job on this one. Then I have the Mini Mates variant. This is X-Men number 23. Then I have Wolverine in the X-Men number 42. Next I have Years of Future Past number 5. And instead there we got like a hybrid Kitty Pryde and a Colossus who hasn't morphed yet or hasn't armored up. Nova number 1. And here we have Black Bolt and Ms. Marvel. Wolverine First Class number 1. And finally, Years of Future Past number 1, Scotty Young variant. Bro, I told you you want to see cover swipes. I got cover swipes for days. Cover swipes for days. And finally, my last cover swipe, my most favorite cover swipe of them all, is going to be that Wolverine number 1. I even got a shirt to match with it. It's Negan, or should I say Saviors, right? And he's doing that same Wolverine pose that Wolverine does in that Frank Miller Wolverine number 1, which I have here. So you see the OG. Of course, you know I got me my True Believers copy in case I want to bust it out and read it and not mess up my original. I got my Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness copy. Arthur Sudan. This is number 505. This is probably my favorite. No, I got a favorite, and it's last. But this was my favorite until I got the other one. Wolverine number 59, doing that same pose. He just doesn't have his finger up, but he's doing the same pose. He's got his claws up. He's mugging. Wolverine number 119, got his claws up again. He's a little more hunched over, but it's the same idea. Wolverine number 13. And this time it's Sabretooth doing that pose. Just, basically daring you. Come on. Come over here. See what I got. Then I have Avengers Arena number 14. And this is X-23 doing that pose instead of Wolverine. I got another Arthur Saddam piece of art. Well, it's a comic. It's Deadpool Merc with a Mouth, number 10. And see, he's pretty much making fun of Wolverine because he got utensils and he's still, doing the finger like, come on, come over here, I dare you, what's up? And finally, bro, my favorite of all, this is Death of X, number 1, the blank variant. But this one I got done especially by Joe Rubenstein. Joe Rubenstein, as you know, was the inker for that Wolverine number 1 for the original. So to have had him basically redo the same pose, the same character, but I asked him to just do it as Old Man Logan instead of Wolverine, and he even added the blood over there. Man, this is dope. This is like one of the prize pieces in my entire collection. So that's it, man. That's all I got, you guys. Well, that's all. It was quite a bit, wasn't it? But that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too many cover swipes, but you asked for some cover swipes, so I wanted to get down and show you what I had. Congratulations on reaching your goal of 200. I wish you many more subscribers. You already know I'll be following you and the whole crew on the show. So yeah, without further ado, that's it. And until I see you guys next time, keep stacking out the comics.